And welcome everyone to the Wacky Morning Show here on 101.3 Dollars Beastly Rock and Roll. I am your host, Jim the Jetman Jameson, here to start your morning off right. This portion of the Wacky Morning Show is brought to you in part by Camel Toe Surfing Wax. We put the toe in undertow. Today is a very special day because I have a guest on the line. He's going to be talking about hot women in Congress. Yeah. His name is Terry Winterberger, all the way from California. I'd like to welcome you to the program, Terry. What's going on, dude?
Yes, and it's very fortunate that you have me on the program today, as well as for our country, because we are facing an epidemic in this nation of magnitude proportions. And the kind of epidemic that I am talking about is the lack of hot women being in Congress. And this epidemic is being caused by not only Republicans, but the Democrats as well. They are simply refusing to nominate hot women and discriminating against them because they know that they could do a better job in Congress and get things done better than these old turd bags. And the kind of hot women that I'm talking about is the kind of woman that, you know, has a nice rack. She has a tight buttocks, one that you could bounce a quarter off and it go 10 foot up in the air, and she has a nice face. Now, Jim, can you tell me why you have never seen these type of women being nominated in Congress by the Democrats or the Republicans?
Well, I don't know, man. I think Sarah Palin looks pretty good. She looks pretty good for a politician, at least.
Now, you see, Jim, this is exactly what I am talking about. You said she looks pretty hot for a politician. She's not the hottest woman you've ever seen. She's just the hottest politician you've ever seen. Or she looks good for a politician. And that's what our organization, Citizens to Elect Hot Women for Congress and Senate for a More Beautiful America, is trying to expose and trying to solve. We need to be electing the hottest women that we can possibly get. There's no reason for the most powerful nation on the face of the planet to be having these women elected to Congress who look like they've had their face gone through a meat grinder.
Yeah, maybe people would be a little more interested in politics if they could look at something that was pleasing to the eye, you know?
Jim, and we all know that our country is dealing with hard economic times right now. We've got a Congress that is gridlocked, and it would be nice if we could just get a little something nice to look at as our country is going through these hardships. Is that too much to ask?
No, I don't think it is too much to ask. I mean, I think you're onto something, man.
I mean, we spend millions of dollars electing these politicians each year. These women don't look as good as they should for the money that we're spending on them. Let's get a little bang for our buck. Let's get a little junk in the trunk. I mean, when you go to buy a Ferrari and the salesperson brings you out an old, rusted, beat-up Cadillac, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I'd definitely be pretty pissed. I mean, it's definitely better to be pissed off than pissed on, you know?
I want to be delicate here, Jim, but your face looks worse than Hamburger Hill.
Yeah, right.
You gotta do something with it, or you can get the hell out. We should have the ability to communicate with these women in Congress if they want to be elected. Politics should be viewed as a sport, and you want to have the best-looking women to represent your country, not some turd bag who got hit with an ugly stick.
Yeah, I see what you're kind of saying there.
Now, Jim, I really don't want to say this, but I think we need to make the emphasis on the point even further so that it illuminates in people's minds that we are serious about this, that we need to pursue this, that we need to progress forward.
Okay.
Peace through war has failed.
Well, that's a hell of a statement to say that peace through war has failed.
Now, I know that might offend a lot of people out there.
Oh, you bet your ass it will.
But the point had to be made. It has failed. We have tried it and looked at the results. I think we need to take a different route. We need to try peace through hotness. Just give it a chance.
Okay, so peace through hotness. Give it a chance. All right.
I mean, what terrorist is going to want to attack the hottest looking woman they have ever seen? Oh, sure. They'll attack some old turd bucket any day. But a hot chick with a good set of looking breasts and thighs as good looking as a beautiful painting of a whale and dolphin getting it on, nobody's going to want to touch this. Would you want to be the terrorist who attacked the hottest woman ever?
Well, I can't say I would want to be that guy.
Exactly, Jim. We are finally starting to get somewhere.
Well, I guess we can all be happy for that.
Now, Jim, the other advantages of having a hot chick being elected to Senate and Congress and the presidency is that, China, they have a large debt upon us, right?
Yeah, it's pretty substantial, I've heard.
Well, when you elect a hot chick to a position of power, she has a certain ability to, shall we say, manipulate certain situations.
Like what kind of situation?
Things like a massage from the mouth. Sometimes you just gotta take one for the team.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. This has been the Wacky Morning Show here on 101.3 Delaware's Beasley Rock and Roll. We'll see you tomorrow.